What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another special mini edition of the Get Down. We're here with...
I go by the name of MAJE.
I go by Bucky Blanks.
I'm Paulo13.
Now I'm frantic.
Thank you for coming back. Thank you guys for coming to join us today. We're happy to have you guys. So, I guess let's get into it. Why are we all here today? Doing a track. Turned out to be a banger. We're at Bucky's undisclosed secret location where he lives. You ain't allowed to know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you just built this studio yourself?
Yeah, man. I started building this back in, I want to say maybe October. Yeah, man. Just I don't know. Got a couple guys that were good with some hammers.
With the tools?
Yeah.
You need a couple of dudes that's good with the tools.
Yes, sir.
You wanted to?
Boys put it together, and then that was it, man. Everything else is Gucci, so you know.
So you've been doing music for a minute.
Bro, I was telling Lav, man. I made my first rap. I wrote my first rap in 2004.
Okay.
So 17 years, bro. 17
Jeez.
years I've been at this. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was like 06, 07, baby.
Bro, I think I was in like grade, I don't know, 8 or something. 8 or 9 or something. Yeah, see, Woozy knows, man. Woozy knows Mel Dollars was it first, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man. But yeah, 17 years.
What about you? When did you start?
Probably around the same time. No, actually, no, I might have started sooner than Melly. Yeah, I was the guy that like started like grade 5, grade 6. I knew for sure. I was like, this is what I want to do. I was obsessed with Ludacris. I was like, man, I'm gonna be
Luda used to be the man,
that guy who'd be rapping. Yeah, so like, well, me and Melly, like, we grew up in the same neighborhood. We grew up together, basically. So, yeah, he's always like, he started out with dancing, and I was like, you know, he always had a good ear for music. Like, you know, like he was a natural born entertainer, and then I'd be the bar spitter, and then Melly had the bars, and then like, I think there was a couple of us that were rapping like, but like me and Melly were like the most consistent with the actual like writing and like actually making songs. And yeah, this man been recording from time. Yeah.
So all your first shows, like, were they like school, like coffee house type shit, or like?
No, I think my first show, man, I actually did in the Valley.
Really?
Shout out the Valley.
Yeah, I was with Real Talk, man. Real Talk Entertainment, man. Yeah, I was with them.
Wait. Who was Real Talk again?
Real DJ Little Ro.
Oh, okay.
Who was it? Mac Malicious. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, man. That was my first show, man. Down the Valley, man. It was crazy. It's crazy.
I think that we've all, if you rap around here, you've had a Valley story. Like having a show in the Valley and be like, fuck.
For sure.
I'm back here again. Like, man, I had like 3 shows in a row in the Valley.
In the Valley. I don't think I've ever performed in the Valley, but I mean, I used to do like freestyle battles when I was younger. So like, and then when school started having events, I was prepared for like coffee houses and stuff like that.
You started out battle rapping?
Yeah, like, well, I was just super competitive. Like, I was like, I'm gonna be the best. I used to love Cassidy, like Lil Wayne. Like, I was like, I'm gonna be the best. Like, you know, yeah. So, but I wouldn't say battle rapping as far as like the art of battle rapping, more or less competitive rapper.
Okay. Because I was like, you're nice.
Yeah, I'm too friendly.
You're nice. You're nice,
I can't get that deep though.
I was gonna say some shit, but I won't.
I do a compliment.
Because I kind of like you.
I do a compliment battle.
Yeah. Compliment battles.
Those are nice too, though, man. I like those.
If you're good at that, you're
man.
good at your art.
Yeah.
Well, if you can say, you gotta say backhanded.
That's
right. Like it's gotta be. You're not actually being
you're
nice.
being sarcastic about the nice things you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, for real.
Scotia got some good battle rappers, man.
The best in the world.
Yeah. I retired though, for now. for now. There's always one more. There's always one more. So,
bro.
What are you working on?
I got my stuff in I got my hands in a lot of stuff. Mostly. Me
too.
I think if I wanted to like put it in like one sentence, I'd say I'm working on ownership.
Okay.
So like there's a lot of things that you can collaborate with people, and like you can like say if I wanted to do an interview, I'd hit up certain people and be like, can I get an interview booked? If I wanted to do, I don't know, maybe even like, I don't even know, anything where artists are collaborating, I'm like, my goal is to make my own. So I want to have my own of all these different aspects. That way, you know, I can bring other artists in, but, you know, also create like forever shit. Like can go on forever. Like that can outlive me, like that kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, because I've been, like I said, I've been away from putting out stuff for almost 4 years. So it's like, I feel like a rookie again. It's like coming back is not as easy as, you know what I mean? Like my knees ain't there.
Bicycle,
you know, my jump shot's not there no more. So it's like, I got to get that back.
Not even eating too much pizza.
Eating something,
man,
for sure.
No, it's true. Like trying to build something that has longevity, you know, is really important. Like that's kind of why I wanted to bring us all together today to do this Hug Tapes thing. We recorded a demo for a mixtape series that will be coming out in the future, featuring primarily BIPOC artists and marginalized artists. And, you know, this is a chance like to give a platform, to create a platform for everybody from around here to like do their thing. You know what I mean? Where we get the studio, we get the beat, you come in, you do your art, we promote it. You know what I mean? But like, in a way, helping other people really is helping yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
There's room for everyone to win. I mean, I seen that yesterday, and like that was just like, it just resonates, man. It's true. I mean, I'm super competitive, but like there still is room for everyone to win.
Because if there's eyes in the city, then like it doesn't matter
that's the
who
most
it is,
important.
right? Yeah.
People are overlooking that. They're like, they want the eyes on them, but they don't understand that. Even like if you look at the basketball program that Nova Scotia has now, that wasn't there when we were kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but now they're like, this is how we do it. We spotlight this sport, because it's primarily hockey. Hockey has all those things that basketball never had. You know what I mean? So it's like now Nova Scotia has a phenomenal basketball system program, and like that could be the same with like hip hop music. For sure. Yeah.
Well, there's some really good things going on. We got some really good people that are involved in like Music Nova Scotia and stuff. You know, like shout out to Dina.
There's good people everywhere. There's bad people everywhere. So I mean, you make your own breaks, like you know.
Well,
and if it's not there, create it. That's
that's the
mindset.
thing, right? You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. I was saying this to Lavender when we were talking, like, if you're gonna be an artist, you gotta be an artist 110%. Like sometimes it's gonna eat into your family time. Sometimes it's gonna eat into your money. Sometimes it's gonna eat into your sanity, your sleep.
Sanity for sure.
Sanity for sure.
Yeah.
The other day, I swear, I was like, I think I was planning this shit. All right, and I sat down for a second. I dropped my pencil, and I was like, man, fuck it. I should just go to school and become a carpenter or some shit. I swear to God, I would sleep so much better. I may just catch a trade. You know what I mean? Like, just make my 80 to 100 G's a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever trade I got welded.
You could build studios.
Nah, I'm just gonna go to work. Go home to my average life and sleep and be happy about it. You know what I mean?
Bro, risk and reward, man. That's how you gotta look at it. Like that's it. Like there's safe bets, there's not so safe bets, and then there's happiness. So like it's like, so what are you doing?
Well, that's the thing is I got this addiction to risk. You know what I mean? I like playing the game. I like gambling on like putting shit together. Like, you know, like as much as I hate it, like when I'm freaking out, like, oh man, there's supposed to be a snowstorm. I spent 8 weeks putting this shit together, getting this. You know what I mean? I'm like, and now it's like all gonna collapse now. Like, no. Like, don't let it start till later. You know, it's like all the little things are like, you know, we would throw New Year's shows, right? And then you dump a rack into it for booze and entertainment. Right, you spend $1,500, and then that night, you know, it's 10:30, nobody's there, and you're like, did I just waste my money? Like, did I just waste my time? Like, shit like that, you know, stressful. But I love it.
You know what? There's a lot of people that are scared to do that. You know what I mean? And then you look at their lives, and they're miserable, so they come at you because you're actually trying. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, don't change your mind. If you want to do this shit,
Yeah, well, like, one thing I said, whether I succeed or not, you know, I will always at least be able to say that I pursued what I want to do, that I didn't just say, oh, I'm going to be able to do it, and then back out or punk out, you know what I mean? That, like, even if I do at some point decide, like, you know, to go get the trade, you know, get a truck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, just add it to
go on the yacht in the winter, you know what I mean? Like, do my thing, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
But, nah, I wouldn't trade it for anything. When did you, like, I guess you said you knew from the jump this is what you wanted to do.
Listen, I will tell you this. I knew when I was 11 years old exactly what I was going to do with my life. And this is a kicker. So, I was really good at school. I was always the best writer out of all my peers as far as like English class. Yeah, I was always the best writer and reader. So it's like that was nothing to me. Words were meant for me, right? So I knew that. I was like, I'm not the best basketball player. Boo was the best basketball player. Chelsea was the best basketball player. And I was like, so I want to be the best at something. And I knew I was the best with words. So
that's what
I went into that. So I was always good at school. I got to grade 9. My teachers just got on my nerves, and I said, you know what? I knew since I was 11 what I was going to do, so anything you guys are saying to me is all cap. I already know exactly where I'm going, and none of this matters, so I stopped caring. That's exactly where my grades just went down. But school was a whiz for me. I was like, this is so easy, but I don't want to do it. Like, I'm done doing this. Teachers knew not to give me a blank piece of paper, because they knew what would happen. I was not doing no work, no nothing. They were going to get a song back.
They'd come back and find a 16
Yes, they knew that. I made up my mind. I had so many fights with my mother. I was like,
best piece of work.
If only you knew, like, this is what I'm going to, like, there's no changing my mind.
The best piece of work they would ever get to read is a 16.
From MAJE.
I handed in essays as songs.
There you go.
The whole class did essays. I did
there
songs.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you know, what's interesting is we had... on our last episode, we had Hermit of the Woods, Michael McGuire, you know what I mean? Shout out Hermit, man, OG. But he's doing his doctoral thesis, right?
Yeah.
And he got the doctoral board to sign off on him, giving them a rap album he wrote and created as his thesis.
That's dope.
So like that piece of paper you were talking about, like, it's cool that it's going into academia like that like the value of the work, the value of a Nas or a Tupac or a MAJE,
but it's not
is
crazy.
being seen by,
you know what I mean? Like, before it was like seen as crazy. It's not crazy. The fuck you go outside, it's all art.
I know.
Everything is art. So it's just like, for me, like, why did it take so long for y'all to get on board with this?
Because
like,
because there was a lot of resistance, right? There's a lot of people that couldn't see the value of the work.
Listen to music every day.
Me?
Yeah.
Literally from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And would you be able to survive without that?
I mean, I survive without anything. I'm a hustler, baby.
Cut that out! Cut that out! But I'm saying though, like, art is for them to take so long to realize that art, like, the world doesn't exist without art. It's just like, yeah.
Well, it's what gives life value or meaning. You know what I mean? Like when you can hear that song when you had a day, or like you know, even like a love song when you're with, you know, that person that you really fucks with. You know what I mean?
Gives you goosebumps.
And that right song, and you can literally feel the flushing in your face, and like you can feel that emotion. You know what I mean? They say, you know,
carpentry ain't gonna do that for you. It might give you a different feeling, but it ain't gonna do that for you.
Yeah, they're gonna give you that feel. I
They're
can
not
tell you
gonna
that
give you
right
That's
now.
true. You're right though.
Yeah.
That's true. It's the way I was hitting the wood, B. My face was all flushed.
My boy making Noah's Ark. But no, for real. Like, yeah, art is everywhere, and like, the pushback I gave my teachers, I'm really proud of that because, like, it all came to fruition. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize really what I was saying to them until, like, probably now. It's like, I was right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys gave me so much, and they would look so down at you, like, I know everything. You're the student. You know what I mean? And it's just like, look, like, it's like, no, bro. Like, I knew. I had two English teachers that treated me really well based off of my writing. So before high school, my mom gave me such a hard time about like schooling. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop writing. So all summer before high school, I didn't write a single song. And I went to school. I had my head in the books. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this education thing and see what happens.
See what it's about.
And I had a really cool English teacher that noticed my potential in my writing, and that was a wrap. I lasted like 3 weeks of high school, and my English teacher was like, okay, you're writing. Like, that's it. And so I wrote songs as essays, and then the next grade, same thing. I went in there with the same energy, like, bro, you know who you're talking to? I'm a rapper. I'm a writer, bro. He put me on the radio. It's the first time I was ever on the radio in grade 11, and I wrote a diss to Stephen Harper. When he was the prime minister, and he put me on the radio. And
There you go.
and no one could tell me anything after that. I was like, yo.
I was on the radio.
I was like, I was resistant and it paid off. I believed in what I was saying and it paid off.
You gotta believe in yourself.
Yeah.
That's a major accomplishment, man.
Yeah.
You know, as to be like to come up as a young rapper, man, and then like you get your first radio gig, yo, the feeling. Telling you, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, the first time
To hear
you
yourself on the radio
the
is
first time you hear
hell
yourself on
yeah.
air or like have that big show,
It's crazy.
and you're like,
The show.
and
Crazy,
like
bro.
when all you're used to is not having that, you know what I mean? And you're
Bro.
like, I leveled up, like,
Yeah.
Bro, when you're trying to rap your song and they're rapping it for you, there's nothing like that. I'm like, what is
Crazy.
happening right now? I can't even hear myself.
Maje, you never got into producing and stuff?
I hate it.
You hate it?
I can't do that technical stuff.
We gotta wrap it up. All right, hold on one second. I have one more question. You moved more towards producing? You still spit?
Bro, I'm everything.
You do
bro.
everything, yeah?
I just
everything.
started producing before Christmas 2020. I've been recording myself from time since I started.
You've only been doing that for a month? That's crazy, man.
Yeah, you've been putting hours in though, right?
Big hours, man. I wake
That's
up every day
nuts.
and I come down to the studio, man. That's another thing too, man. It's a blessing to like be able to live in a studio. You know what I mean? So I can just get up and create at any given second. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Having the space where you can really feel comfortable and do your thing makes a big difference too. But it's like, that's my spot, like that's the office, like, you know what I mean? That's the lab, that's where work is done.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, they were spinning their fingers, which means we gotta cut.
You gotta cut it.
So once again, I'm Paulo 13, and we have MAJE Bucky Blanks,
And frantic.
and this is the Get Down podcast, and we got some really dope shit coming your way. So keep an eye out. Peace.